Today, we're jumping into the data to see what's really going on in the small business market of Tampa Bay. It's one of America's fastest growing regions, and we're going to break down the story behind buying and selling businesses there.
So just to be clear, when we say Tampa, we're talking about the whole metro area. That's Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Clearwater. This place has seen some absolutely explosive growth, and you better believe that's shaken up the small business scene.
All right, let's cut right to the chase. Here's the big story. After a couple of red-hot years, the market for buying a small business in Tampa is cooling off. And it's happening fast. The data tells this really fascinating story of things returning to normal after hitting some crazy record highs.
Okay, so where do we start? Let's look at the most obvious thing, the price tag. How much does it actually cost to buy a business in Tampa right now?
Here's our peak. In early 2023, the market was just on fire. The median asking price for a small business hit nearly $400,000. This was the absolute top, a fantastic time to be a seller.
But then, look at this. Just 6 months later, 2 quarters, that median price dropped by almost $100,000. That is a huge and really fast correction. It's a major sign that the whole dynamic of the market was shifting.
And you can see the whole story right here on this chart. Seriously, just follow that blue line. You see that steady climb after 2020, then that dramatic peak in early 2023, and whoosh, the steep drop right after. It's the whole roller coaster ride in a single glance. So, the big question is, why? Why the big drop? Is this a sign of some kind of trouble in the market? Or is it maybe connected to how well these businesses are actually doing? Let's take a look at the money they're making.
We're looking at the same chart, but this time I want you to focus on the orange line. That's the median cash flow, basically the profit a business is kicking out. And you can see it almost perfectly mirrors the blue line. As profits went up, prices went up. And when profits started to come down, prices followed right behind them.
And here's the crucial point. This wasn't some random price drop. That nearly $100,000 fall in the asking price happened at the same time as a $47,000 drop in median profit. It's pretty clear sellers were just adjusting their prices to match the new reality.
Okay, so now let's build on that, because this helps us understand not just the price of a business, but its true value. And this is where we get to the core of what's really happening in the Tampa market.
Now, before we look at the next chart, we need to get on the same page about a key idea, the cash flow multiple. The easiest way to think about it is like price per square foot for a house. It's just a simple number that tells you how many years of profit a buyer is willing to pay to own a business. It's a fantastic way to measure the underlying confidence in the market.
And check this out. This chart tells the real story. While prices and profits were on that roller coaster, look at the orange line, the cash flow multiple. It has been incredibly flat, just hovering right around 3. This tells us something huge. Even though prices are falling, the basic way businesses are valued hasn't changed at all. Buyers are still willing to pay about 3 times the annual profit for a good business.
So that brings us to a really important conclusion. What we're seeing in Tampa Bay isn't a market crash, it's not a collapse in confidence, it's just a market correction. Prices are simply getting back in line with the current, more normal profitability of the businesses for sale.
So let's wrap all this up. Let's take a look at what the market looks like right now and what all this means if you're thinking about buying or selling in Tampa.
So if you were shopping for a business today, what's actually on the shelf? Well, service businesses make up the biggest slice of the pie at 30%. You've also got a good mix of retail and manufacturing, and restaurants, they're a smaller piece of what's currently available.
So let's just quickly recap. The market has definitely cooled down from its crazy peak. But, and this is the important part, it looks like a rational correction because those underlying valuations are holding strong and steady. And right now, the service industry is king when it comes to what's for sale. And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. We've seen prices fall back to earth, but the fundamental confidence in what these businesses are worth hasn't really budged. So does that mean this market correction is actually a golden window of opportunity for a smart buyer? We'll leave you with that. Thanks for watching.